today we're here to begin the process of learning how the Public Utilities Commission, a governor-appointed body tasked with overseeing over $50 billion in annual ratepayer fees for services, failed to ensure that ratepayer dollars have been accurately accounted for. We'll also learn what corrective actions have been taken and what measures remain to be taken. As many are aware, after the discovery of millions of dollars hidden in special fund accounts at state parks, the governor directed the Department of Finance to conduct reviews of all of the state's 500 special funds. During this review, Finance uncovered special fund discrepancies of over $1 million in 7 of the 14 special funds that are managed by the PUC. This in turn led to an audit by the Office of State Audits and Evaluations within the Department of Finance. And in their audit, Finance stated, and this is a quote, widespread weaknesses within the CPUC's budget operations that compromise its ability to prepare and present reliable, accurate budget information exist. So more specifically, Finance discovered that some funds had revenue calculations that were off by as much as $189 million, and program expenditures that were off by as much as $212 million. This apparently had been occurring within multiple funds for at least 7 years, the last 7 years. And this means that special funds supported by surcharges on ratepayer bills and used for subsidies for low-income natural gas customers, rural telephone services for the elderly, deaf, and disabled may have enormous deficits or may have significant surpluses where ratepayers have needlessly surrendered hundreds of millions of dollars, but because of poor accounting practices, we're faced with a remarkable circumstance. We simply don't know whether there are surpluses or deficits in these accounts. This calls into question the ability of the PUC to account for the billions of dollars in what are known as balancing accounts. And these are established by utilities and funded by ratepayers for electricity procurement, energy efficiency programs, and the recently created EPIC program designed by the PUC to begin funding our very important clean energy technologies for the benefit of consumers. It's deeply troubling that an agency would have such dismal accounting and large amounts of public funds in apparent disregard of basic principles of good management. Best practices in management and accounting are widely known and understood, and there can be no excuse for not employing these practices. Given the limited scope of the finance audit, I fear that the issues we discussed today may only report the tip of the iceberg. I hope that I'm wrong, but these concerns are all the more reason why the PUC must, in my view, act with urgency to restore confidence in this critical agency. Today, I'm hopeful that we'll hear from the PUC about how we got to this point, but most importantly, I hope to hear their progress in taking corrective action and how they plan to continue to implement a program of oversight reforms. Finally, I seek, on behalf of this committee, the PUC's unwavering commitment to work with this committee and other stakeholders to regain the public's trust.